talked about on the Clubhouse. PayPal, it is a online, sorry, it's an online payment processing software company. Um, they deal in majority of money transfers, and they serve as an electronic alternative to checks and money order for online purchases. Um, One of the aspects they have is the one-click transaction, and for the most part, they possess. Man, I should have over 50. They have over 50. I'm sorry, 55% of the market share.
Cool.
So they are the head. They are the leaders in their field. The sector is financial services, and the industry is credit services. And there's 23,000 employees. But depending on where you look, that sector and the industry can change, because sometime I saw it where it was in um, uh, internet and software. Okay, so I, like I said, it depends on where you go to look, whether it was in Yahoo or bar chart. It just showed up differently. But so what I had a situation when I was going to get competitors, that made the difference. You had to pinpoint what are you going to go with, and I went with financial services and credit services. Well, it was founded by Ken Howry, Lou Nosek, Max. There was about what, one, two, three, six people founded were the founders of PayPal, and one was Elon Musk.
Oh,
Yes,
didn't know that.
Elon Musk. He was one of the founders. And I would say the other founders, they had history with other companies such as Google, or one guy was even one of the first individuals to implement CAPTCHA. You know how when
Hmm.
you make
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah. So they had a good background as far as payments on the internet. And the leadership team was a bunch of various peoples, but I don't know, no one that rose to the occasion that I felt like going to.
Hold on. I don't like him. I hate putting in that thing in PayPal. That's the most annoying thing ever.
What?
But
What?
it's good because it keeps, people from getting your
It
information,
was
right?
like pick
I
all
hate
the
it.
street lights. I pick all the street lights. They was like, they didn't pick all the street lights. Yes, I did. Hate that. Sorry, it's one of my pet peeves. Sorry.
Right. And yeah, right. They're trying to save you.
Hmm.
PayPal is the third revision of the idea. It started off as, I believe it started off as Confinity X, then it went to Confinity, and then it was sold. eBay owned it. eBay spun off,
Yeah.
and PayPal
They
spun off.
sold their paper. Like I remember, yeah, because I
Yeah.
remember like before that's how I even like got hip to PayPal. It was
Yes, that's the same way here. And I was on eBay. Yeah,
yeah.
they had an IPO in 2002, but eBay spun off. It spun off from eBay in 2015.
Yeah. Cause yeah, that's when that you noticed that there was like that separation because it was like no longer really kind of like tied to eBay anymore. Cause I even think I think you could have used to log into PayPal through eBay. I
Yes,
believe.
yes, that
Yeah.
is,
So
yes.
yeah.
All right. Well, looking at some of the past achievements from PayPal, they they're steadily having growth in their active accounts. Last quarter, they had like 361 million. Um, they're having like 40 on the average 40 payment transaction per active account. They had like 247 billion dollars in payment. Uh, they have about over 5 billion in revenue, and their earnings per share was a dollar seven, and they had cash flow of about 4.8. Well, figure about 48 million dollars, which was a 9% of their revenue, which is not bad. Like I said, they are the big ones. They're the leading force in this industry. Some of the things they just implemented, and I know I noticed it, when you go to make a payment through PayPal, they have a thing now through specific online stores, interest-free buy now, pay later installment payments, where when you're buying something, you can get it with, 4 payments or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then another thing is that they got a credit card now, the Venmo, that is also theirs. And they have a credit card. Uh, they made a sizable donation to Black minority business and community. And because they're just so generous, they waived the check cashing fees on the second stimulus payment. Okay, $600. I don't know how much money he was gonna make off of that, but I guess it's gonna be a lot of checks. So when they get them in May. Okay. So going forward, they're projecting to add like 70 million additional active accounts. They're expecting their revenue to grow like 22%, and the earnings per share, they're looking at for that to increase by about 37%. They're a big company, 270 billion market cap. They have about what is that? 1 million, a little over 1 million in outstanding shares. And I already told you that they have about 55% of the market. Price to sales is about 13. Price to book is 14, which is good because
Yeah, that's the software. Yeah.
yeah, because some of the other companies they're in the 20s and 30s. I believe if somebody can correct me, Apple is in the high 20s. So just for comparison purposes, their debt, they have 4% debt to earnings.
Ooh.
That is excellent.
Oh, yeah, they
And
might as well just get rid of that.
no, but right now debt's so low, then it might as well
Yeah,
make the payment.
right.
This year or last year, they estimated that their earnings going to be $3.80. This information is as of September 30, the quarter, and they're projecting next year the same. Their annual will be $4.52. So that's about 70 cent, over 70 cent increase. There's 36 analysts that follows PayPal. They're rating it a buy, but I don't agree with it. And for their 52-week high and low, they range from 155 to 312. They're currently at 234 now. And their cash flow, again, as you can tell by their debt, they're good. They're almost 4 million as far as free cash flow. So they're flowing in the money. They're buying back shares, considerable amount of shares, and there's about 76% in institutional holdings. Some of the risks that they're looking at per their 10Qs, COVID. Again, you got the travel ban, so a lot of the purchases that you would expect to come through PayPal as far as the shutdown, closures, store closures, unemployment, things such as that. It was supposedly to hurt. They see it as a risk. Increased competition, as they talked about Square and some of the other companies doing the same thing that they're able to do. Government regulations, because they are in the payment processing field. You're talking credit cards, so they're subject to some of the same rules and regulations and laws that banking and credit card companies and other financial institutions are subject to. And then the one last thing is that there's one of the other risks is privacy, security breaches, and maintaining privacy, people's private information, being able to keep that and safeguard that. As we just heard about some of the competitors, but believe it or not, Square and Stripe, the one they just talked about, are not the number one competitor to PayPal. The number one competitor is Skrill, Skrill. Their fee is a little less than PayPal, and they're in 41 countries, whereas PayPal is only in 29 countries. And if you're well, Skrill is usually you'll find in gaming, in casinos, online gaming. Some of the other competitors, Payoneer, Google Pay, Stripe, and as we heard, Square. Square and Stripe, uh, well, I'm gonna use Square. Square, they're primarily, it seems like they're going after a complete suite of business services, whereas PayPal, they haven't expanded too much into that complete suite that Square has as far as the business end, even though that they accept payments, PayPal accept payments for like, eBay or, other services, other small businesses, but they haven't developed it to the point that Square has, because Square is very complete. Now, I believe, or I think I recall, Square, didn't somebody leave Square? I mean, didn't somebody leave PayPal? No, no, I'm thinking Square and Twitter. Okay, sorry, thinking about the guy. Stripe is another competitor we just heard them mention. Uh, they're right, they're close because PayPal is the top dog. The other companies, they don't even have to do everything that PayPal's doing. All they have to do is capitalize on an area that PayPal hasn't, um, maximized yet. So, and that's where they're at. But right now, again, PayPal has about 55% of the market.
Mm.
Getting to the point of, so all that, getting to the point of would I buy? My answer was no. No, I didn't like it. Um, from February 2016, I go back 5 years. So from February 2016 to May of this year, the price range from about $28 to about $123. And the pre-COVID price, because I look at before it went down in April, what was the range? I mean, what was the price before it took that dump, that dip? And it was about $120. So, and that would fit with the range from 2016 to May 2020. So really, I thought $120 really is the uh,
Fair
where,
value.
yeah. So I did look at the RSI, and I looked on a 6-month chart just to see from the point of the dip in April, that's where it was reflected in April, to the present. And the RSI indicated that the support was at about 192, and the resistance was at about 238. And recall, I said that the current price is 234. But so I like I said, I thought it was it's well, not I thought, when I did the valuation for PayPal, it was considered to be overvalued by 4%. 4%. The price that, according to the enterprise value and the debt and the outstanding shares, the price comes out at about $226. So not that much of a difference, but all things considered, I didn't think it,
You don't
I don't,
believe in their growth.
huh?
You don't believe in their growth.
No, none, none,
You
none. I would
nervous
be,
about the competition.
yes, right. I would be focused on the competition as opposed to PayPal.
What makes
So
what makes you focus what makes you want to focus on the competition more?
what makes me want to?
Yes.
Because there's more room, there's more expansion. To me, they have more, like I said, if they capitalize just on the niches that PayPal's not able to focus, I mean, they'll do great there. You can just look at Square. Square is like, has taken a small business, whether it's in person, which they're having a hard time now, but every time I go to buy something at a small business, it's Square.
Hmm.
And Square also has the loans, I like the way Square is able to, even though, it's almost like a big brother, but they are able to track sales, filling out quote unquote loan application very easy with them because they already know all your business. They already know what your sales and what your expenses are, everything. So um, PayPal doesn't do that. PayPal doesn't do that. So yeah, so that was my take on it.
Nice, nice. So I like how like everything you was like learning about PayPal, you kind of figured out that also translated to the competition, and so that made you more aware of the competition.
Yes.
So like that's how it goes. Like you research one company and it like lead you to like several other companies down the path.
Right, because I never heard of Skrill.
Yeah, Skrill is I don't see a lot of people who use it like normally here. It's usually like you said like the gamers, but like when I seen it, it's done like some like international stores, like clothing stores or something like this, like from like a boutique or like a Korean site. I be buying some clothes off Korean sites.
Hmm.
So like that's where I've seen Skrill like um as a payment option.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's actually an interesting fact because I didn't know that. I might just be thinking about PayPal as far as like COS maybe, but yeah, I didn't know that about Skrill being having more market share. So like now I want to look that up.
Yeah.
That was dope. That was nice. That's that. I mean, basically getting to the point where it's like, who's gonna come out on top and give us that full fintech, and that's really what it is.
Does Square own Cash App?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Seriously, that was a dope breakdown. I mean, like you set the bar really high.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't even. I was like, you didn't even have to give that. You gave like a whole history background. I was just like, you can just talk about strictly like the numbers and like whatever you think their edge is. I don't even. You
We should
gave
have
like
said that
a.
earlier. We should have said that earlier.
Should yeah, you got like
After
a
you did all
whole.
that work.
She gave I felt like she gave a book report, stock report.
Cool.
No, well, okay, just to make sure, Ian, he gave this in his Panda Club, and he gave this about 15, 17 attributes of good company. So I just went down and answered those. So I wasn't anything from the top of my head, okay?
Okay.
I do remember. Okay, now that sounds familiar because he.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good, Pat, if you can share it with us. Like,
No, I can't. He won't.
Man,
He'll run me down, okay? But
who's next? Who's
Here
next?
go, you can come up with that. It's
My dog ate my homework.
I'm gonna go. I'll go because
You want to go next?
my son played with my homework, so I don't have it.
Like I just give a breakdown. Like a company I really like is like who I think might be a winner is like Pinduoduo. And
oh, that's
why-
mine. Hold up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What is that?
Okay, go. My bad, Karen. No, I'm gonna let Karen go.
No, now you know all about it. I'm scared, but
No, I don't know all about it. I don't. I just know like the key features I loved about it, but I didn't like.
okay. I'll see if we come. This is my first time, so y'all go easy on me.
Well, don't worry. But this is all love. This is just all straight up love.
Okay.
I won't even ask a question. Like I want somebody else to come up with like a bear question.
No.
You
Okay.
say, wait, you say no? Okay, well,
Okay.
we have to ask you a bear question. We have to.
Pinduoduo, symbol PDD. The sector is technology, and its industry is e-commerce and auction services. The CEO is Lee Chen. Basically, it is a leading growth company in the mobile e-commerce space, and it focuses on value for money merchandise. They are a leader in the interactive shopping, so it's more like a social media type merchant in China. So it's a China company. It pretty much revolutionized the consumer shopping where it connects sellers to consumers and they can kind of put out the middleman. So they have only been in business since 2015 and they've achieved over 600 million users in under 5 years, which it took Alibaba 10 years to achieve that. So that's one thing I found out about them that was interesting. And with them, their innovation is more social e-commerce, and they're widening that part. And they've, since COVID, what they started doing was implementing more of an agriculture and fresh produce. So they've gotten it where people can order next day delivery for their produce and food type items, and they can pick it up at a designated location, or if they wanted the door-to-door service, they can do that from the app for 3 to 5 day delivery door-to-door. So they've innovated that, and they've made agriculture one of their main things as far as their growth. They also, let's see, competition is Alibaba, of course, and JD. They're their largest competitors. Alibaba controls like 55% of that Chinese e-commerce market. And of course, they're ranked #1. And then #2 is ranked is JD, which has 16.7%. And that was in 2019. So Alibaba is actually the largest e-commerce provider in China. And then what JD, they operate a direct sales where they sell the product straight to the customer, like the Amazon. And they have one of the largest fulfillment infrastructure. So they have the fulfillment system. And that's what sets them apart as far as competitiveness. Let's see. Also, JD claims that they have the best online shopping experience for their customers, and they keep their prices low. So PDD is fairly new, but they're ranked #3 in that market, which is good. I think that allows them room for growth. And then, you know, Alibaba is going through the antitrust, so that may be a good thing for them, where they can feel some of that market share. What Alibaba antitrust is going on, they have the where they have taken out the competition in the market because they're so large. So if the marketers come to them, they make it whereas they're exclusive. Unless if they're not exclusive with them, then they'll give them a lower rating or take them off of their system. So many of them want to be on Alibaba because they're the largest, so they can't compete and cross-sell on other markets. So that hurts the other ones. So that is why China is coming after them. So we shall see what happens with that. So more about PDD. I like that they're growing and then they're looking at the agriculture, and then the thing is their innovation. So I'll talk a little bit about that. What they have done in innovation is they have joint ventures with the local farmers where they, let me find my notes on that part. One second. So they had like a competition where it was, they had farmers and then they competed against, I forget the name of it. Let me find it in my notes so I can tell it right. Okay, so in their innovation, they had a digital agriculture pioneers. So what they did, they had the competition where the digital growing system against the regular farmers, and of course the digital outdid the regular farmers. So they're showing that they can actually have better sustainability with growing. And this was done with strawberries. So they're implementing a lot of different things as far as the food. They want to make it safer and faster. And they have a lot of farmers that they have partnered with the government to have like a university where they're teaching them what to grow, when to pick it in relation to the different times of the year so that they'll be profitable. And inside of their app, people can actually play on the app and win produce and fresh foods by playing the app, and it helps the farmers because they're the ones who will be providing that. So that's something unique that I saw with them too. So they have actually invested a lot in their agriculture side, and that seems to be the way they're leaning more on agriculture, because I guess so many people in China, but going against them that they're only in China, and then their competitors, they're in a lot of other countries. So as far as their financials, so with their back to my notes. So the revenue was 30 billion. Their net income has they have not made a profit in the 5 years. So that's the thing they have going against them. Negative 6 billion. And shares outstanding is 1.23 billion. They don't do the dividends.
Okay.
And the EBITDA is a negative 7.9 billion, but their revenues grew 129% fiscal year 2019 as compared to 30.14 billion. So, they have had growth. Their net income grew 32.3% to a negative 6.9. And then their operating cash flow, it grew year over year to 90.8% as compared to 14.8. And also, I have some. Let's see. Okay, on their management team, of course, they have their CEO is Li Chen, and he was formerly their technical officer, and he had prior work experience with Google and IBM and Yahoo in the past, and he's trained as a data scientist. And this year, they made him the CEO. The former CEO was, let's see, Zhang. he was a founding member, and he's now the board member, still on the board. Senior and the senior vice president of operations. I can't pronounce none of these names. Young Zai. He served in that position since 2016. He was a founding member, and prior to this, he was a founding team of Oku.com, and he has operation manager experience. So they all seem to have experience in that e-commerce system before and have worked. And it seems that their institutional ownership, they're held 27.68% institutional ownership. And 10% of that is held by the top 10 institutions, and 503% mutual fund ownership. So the thing that makes them more innovative is, like I said, technology, and they're more digitalized. It's an app. The whole thing is an app, so that is what it is. And it's constantly growing and being more innovative. And their food and agriculture, they partner with the university, Zhangjiang University, and they also do research with Singapore Institute of Food and Biotechnology, where they're developing cost-effective, robust methods of testing fresh produce for pesticide residue. And they also sell a whole lot of different categories. So what they do is they kind of like have everything set up like when you would go to Amazon, you got a blank page and you put in what you want. With this, it is geared toward the client, and it kind of gives them things that they think they're interested in based on what they're doing in the app. So it's suggesting things for them. So it's more a lot of suggestion. They can also do search, but that's where they're innovative in that. And they use the platform of payment for, they have Wixen Pay, QQ Wallet, Alipay, and Apple Pay. And so they have a lot of payment opportunities, and also they have a wide range of things that they do sell, like apparel, shoes, bags, child care products, food and beverages, electronic appliances, similar to what Alibaba has as well.
Okay.
So questions? I know I missed some things.
You don't know unless you don't know. You don't know.
Right.
So that was pretty good. You touched on a lot of good points about Pinduoduo. What makes them kind of stand out, or like what's gonna make them kind of give them a sort of an edge in what they do. Just because I know the company a little bit more, but just if I was to, I would say add some things, some other key features about PDD, which I really like. They have about 700 engineers. And again, these are the people that are led by, as you said, that he was a former Google employee, so data scientist. And he was really good in his field, so that's a good plus for them. Um, and so just having a team of 700 engineers, it tells me they're working around the clock and they trying to be as innovative as possible. Another good point about the agricultural, because so what's great is that they're trying to get to like the second and third tier cities. And as they expand and they digitize too, and they get access to the internet, that only keeps growing their customer base. And so the agriculture is just a really good play for them. And they're going to be able to like also empower the farmers as well. What's really dope about the whole platform though is that, let's say I want to buy something I could share with you, and if you want to buy it, we get a discount.
Yeah,
That
the
was
team buying.
Yeah,
I
so it's
forgot
a
to
very
mention that.
attractive. Yeah, that's really the biggest edge they have is the fact that like you can literally do it's so effective that Tesla got in an argument with them because if they would have they were gonna put the car in there for a discount, that would have completely been like it was gonna sell out like ASAP. So
Oh,
they
wow.
had to like take that off. Like they had to like not do it. It was like a big kind of like an argument back and forth with them. So yeah. So and then I mean the fact that like they grown 4 years to what Alibaba and JD it took them over a decade to do in 4 years just says a lot. Yeah, they haven't been profitable. I think they just got profit the last quarter, but that just only further shows like they are coming for that spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a monster growth, and so I think with the agricultural link and with the platform that they have, leveraging social commerce, not e-commerce, but social commerce, I think they're going to do well. It's like even the app itself, it encourages you to be on the app because they don't have a search button. It's like you don't look for something, you just scroll through. It's almost like it's almost like scrolling your Instagram, but just to buy stuff. So it's just I definitely it's almost like basically I think the way the app Harmony it's almost like an Etsy and Pinterest combined already, which is one of the things that I don't even know why they haven't done themselves, but Etsy needs to definitely buy Pinterest. Um, but yeah, that's so they like are poised for growth. So anybody got any beer questions for that? Like
Yeah.
Being that it's a Chinese company, how do you feel that they will fare going forward now that U.S. regulators are being a little bit more touchy-feely when it comes to outside investments?
Yeah, that was something I considered, the U.S.-China relations. But I am pretty sure that they're going to continue, and I don't think that it's going to affect them. And, they're not selling in the U.S. So, their expansion may become there at one point, but they're only in China selling. But I'm hopeful that that's something they're definitely going to overcome with the new administration. It's going to be more positive towards China relations and commerce.
And I see that they're operating under WeChat. I know that China is pretty much leading the charge in digital payments. And how do you think this is going to impact them as a company going forward now that China is like moving forward into that digital currency and that blockchain technology? Do you feel that they are suited and prepared for that transition?
I didn't read on that part, but I would think so with the engineers that they have and the technology that they're already using. I'm thinking that they're well prepared for that type of technology. So, but that's just what I think. I have no clue. But that's a good question, Mike.
I had to dig deep because you did again. You and Patricia, I don't listen. My dog gave me homework today.
all right.
I can
What do
go.
you think, Tayo? You got any feedback on his question?
Actually, I'm not that familiar with it too. So like that was a good question that Mike really asked.
Only reason I asked is because Renzo threw me down an AI hole, and I started looking at digital payments and how yeah, you man.
He want to put it on you, Lorenzo.
I started looking at digital payments and looking how AI is looking at all the data sets and now how they're doing all the digital logs of all the transactions and seeing how people do their spending and how AI is even being looked on that side of the world to use to implement towards loan applications. Like AI will say whether you're good or not for a loan within 8 seconds. And I'm like, man,
That's
crazy.
something. That is
Well,
incredible.
that's good. At least AI won't discriminate.
Yeah,
based on our-
true.
listen,
We
I
don't
feel
know that,
friends
though.
already because it even looks at how you keep your phone charged, and my phone stays at 10%. So they're gonna say I'm a liability automatically.
Right. It's
That's-
those things.
No,
So
that's actually one of the dope stuff I think that, and that's why I think Square is probably working on something is about that too. I feel
Mhm.
they have to because if they could get to they already have the data about how you use your money, right? In a sense, so they'll be able to be like, I trust this person
Right.
to like give them money. So it makes sense. Like I mean, yeah, Square was my top pick. I was talking to Noel, TSM, Square, Nvidia. If I could pick just any companies, that's who I would have picked was Square, TSM, Nvidia.
I
Then-
was telling Pat just now. That I got all the picks that they mentioned in the clubhouse. They were talking about Nvidia, Tesla, Square, and Apple.
You on point.
Yeah.
You're definitely on point. You're on point
So
again.
I'm ready. I'm ready to see what my portfolio is gonna look like. The
Are
middle-
they all long term?
yeah, they are.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's sip.
All right.
Yeah.
And then the other place I would have played would have been like Qualcomm and Microsoft as well. As a hedge, but also I think as an underdog for my positions too, is the emerging markets ETF. So that's also another player for mine. So the EEM. And of course,
Yeah, I ain't mentioned the ARCs.
yeah, I was gonna say
How
that's
about
that's
the ARKG? He talked a lot about
Yeah.
genomics.
Yeah, yep.
And I'm like,
RG was a given. I mean, it's not like I felt like that's like obvious at this point now, but like yeah, RG was also like the last one as well. So that's
Yeah.
all. Those are all my picks for like.
But they don't have long term yet, right?
No,
No, it goes up to December. Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
so
You said
I'm
you have
assuming probably
EEM?
like September, maybe September they'll probably more than likely sign.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Kyle, you say you have EEM?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's emerging markets only because like just looking at like the data from like and how they gonna China's got several good companies in there too. Just thinking about the fact that like they're not gonna have to deal with COVID the way we are over here. They're gonna have a bigger growth GDP wise, I think as well. I mean, I saw like the fact that like China exported like almost 200 and something billion to the US, and India is poised for it as well, making a good amount of growth this year as well. So to me, I just kind of look at it like like they're gonna do the emerging markets is gonna be a play, and they've been like technically asset return wise, I think they were like kind of like high in the list, like top one a few times of the year. So I was kind of like, okay. So it was like a play I would play, and it's not costly to get into the
No,
position. So
not at all.
why you look like you got a twinkle in your eye? Why do you look
That was just chump change.
Uh,
It was chump change. It was Mike, it was less than $1. But I already had it.
Oh, you already got
where's that accountability part?
But Mike, it was less than $1. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, I think. And I just been getting more conviction the more people been talking about it sometimes in the clubhouse. Every like some of these hedge fund people talk about it, mention it or something. And
Which one is that one, Tayo?
EEM.
Okay.
So
I don't
like,
do China, but it had India in it. So
yeah, it has China, India, South Korea, and Taiwan. So
Yeah.
TSM is also in there as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And I
Way to
believe
get exposure for low.
yeah. So that was like my play on it too.
Wow,
And
it has a lot of volume too. Wow.
Ray Dalio, I believe, bought into this as well. So it was like just, and I've been seeing a lot of, I got the Business Thinker Pro, so I've been seeing a lot of banks calling out calls for 2024 on EEM as well. So,
Whoa.
so banks been calling, as far as it's like, if I'll tell y'all, like I see calls from banks for ARC, Arc, EEM, XLY, XLK, Square, Disney, Apple, Microsoft, the FANG offer it, and then Microsoft as well.
Sounds like they watch the commercial.
Salesforce, a lot of Salesforce, which is like really starting to make me think if I need to make like that's a pivot for me or something, because it's been like just kind of interesting the amount of Salesforce I've been seeing banks come in just ordering calls on them.
Oh, I forgot to say, I would actually invest in PDD because I think, it has potential for growth. So just for that reason.
Yeah.
And
To me, I think it's in that spot that's like Amazon right now.
right.
So I think the way they keep growing, I wouldn't be surprised how much more they'll be able to take that technology and use it in so many other ways as well that they're doing with the agricultural part component from there. So I'm just curious because that social commerce is going to be interesting to do.
Yeah.
So I'm really seeing. I want to see how that's going to play out.
I can go next if you guys want.
Go ahead.
Yeah, poo.
I think
Oh,
our-
Datadog too. Sorry, Datadog. A lot of Datadogs.
Datadog.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Datadogs. Okay. So you want to go, D?
Yeah, I'll
Oh, I thought
go.
Renita said she wanted to go.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
you can put it in the chat. She's going there.
Oh,
Oh, before she have an anxiety.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, D. She just say. Are you?
okay.
Can you go, Renita? Are you good?
Oh, I probably should go to the restroom.
I know how you feel. I felt the same way.
I hadn't been this
She goes
nervous.
Y'all are fine. Y'all are doing fine. Like y'all actually are going above and beyond than I even was asking.
Look, I thought we had to share our screen, so that's why I had wrote it all up.
Y'all can share your screen.
Oh,
Y'all,
no.
Yeah.
I'll turn my camera on when I finish because my
After Renita,
face
go
is
ahead.
probably beet red right now. Okay, so I chose Baidu. BIDU is the ticker symbol. Never heard of this company until last week. And then I started doing some research on it. But Baidu is a Chinese internet provider targeting online advertising and other internet services based in Beijing. It offers Chinese language search platforms and conducts its operations principally through Baidu Online Network Technology Company, a network of third-party websites and software applications. It also offers Japanese search services, including web search, image search, video search, and blog search capabilities.
Pause
It
real quick. You said video search capabilities?
video search,
Like you can
And-
search from the video.
I'm assuming.
Oh,
just-
continue. That's okay. I'm okay.
Yeah. It also offers online marketing services to its customers directly and through other distribution networks. And Baidu dominates internet search in China the way that Google does in the United States. So Baidu is our Google. The industry is interactive media search, internet. The sector is communication services. The share price was $216.24 as of close on December 31st. The CEO is Ms. Robia Lee. The 52-week high was $225.35. The 52-week low was $82. The market cap is right at 75 billion. The EBITDA is 35.12 billion. Don't be laughing.
No, I mean, no. I'm laughing because like the way you said it perfectly. I'm just like,
The last split factor was 10-1 on May 12th of 2010. Shares outstanding is 345,000. What is that? 345, right at 345 million shares outstanding. The total revenue as of September the 30th was 15 billion. Institutional ownership is 63.5. The percentage of insider shareholders is 16.7. Their next earnings date is February the 25th. And they have an analyst rating of strong buy based on 11 analysts. Some of their competitors in the United States would be Google and Facebook, but their main competitor in China is Alibaba. Wall Street expects Baidu to have stronger earnings and revenue growth in 2021, far ahead of pace they averaged in the last 3 years. They have a solid earnings history and led the explosive rise of China internet stocks over 10 years ago. In November, Baidu reported an EPS of $3 for its third quarter, crushing views of the $1.85. Over the past 3 years, Baidu earnings averaged 1% growth with sales up 7%. Baidu recently announced it was purchasing the China-based live stream operations of Joy for $3.6 billion in cash. Baidu stocks got a boost recently when it partnered with CPE, Baidu Capital, and IDG Capital to raise $2.9 billion for its Smart Living Group business segment. And Baidu has considered entering the EV market. Baidu is widely considered to be China's leader in artificial intelligence and self-driving cars. They've been in discussions with automakers such as Zhejiang Geely Holding Group, Ganzhou Automobile, and China FAO Group about these plans. They're also working on smart car technology with Ford, Volkswagen, and Toyota. Baidu is also expanding its market into cloud services, voice search, and smart speakers. With Google being banned from China, Baidu has been characterized as China's Google. It also has a platform I can't pronounce it, as IQIYI, one of the biggest in the world, designated as the Netflix of China, with 104.8 million subscribers. Baidu is also aiming to expand its operations internationally, which should drive its earnings and revenue growth over the upcoming months. That is as far as I got. Critique, please.
You mean questions?
No, critique.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
Very
That was
thorough.
good. You shouldn't have been so nervous. That wasn't bad. Anybody got some questions? I'm gonna hear some. Anybody? Oh, Mike. What's good, Mike? What you got?
No, I ain't got no questions. I was clapping. That's the clapping.
Well,
Thank you.
So you was raising their hand.
No questions. Okay. Let me think.
Well, I
I thought
have
it
Buying
was
some
things,
stock. I'm
yeah.
buying a contract next week because looking at
ARC. Do they buy them?
I didn't see anything.
Oh,
They do buy them.
Yeah, I think they bought a bunch of it. That's what they were
Art
on my
about
radar.
Baidu.
I believe they have bought by Baidu. I believe.
They bought, yeah, they have. That's what brought me to them. That almost was my pick. So I'm glad I changed my mind. And it was interesting that Google is banned in China, so they're
Mhm.
I
not.
do feel like it's a bit unfair though. Like, how they gonna get to expand, but Google can't come there and at least
Right. So there's really no
really unfair.
competition. So
Like that's
that's
China
China
really,
for you.
China really like Debo. Like,
Yes. Like I'm coming there, but you ain't coming here. So I
Right.
found that interesting. And that was the other thing I found. ARC did buy quite a bit. I'll have to check that out. I think that Kathy bought quite a bit of Baidu.
interesting because the Baidu doing the Google and they're doing the same, a lot of similar things like Google as well.
Let me check. I may have gotten that mixed up, guys.
It's cool.
I don't know. Me personally, I'm a little hesitant on China right now, simply because one, I've been going on that rabbit hole, the social and the way they operate over there is a little funny. Now, I do agree that they have a lot of growth, and the fact that they don't have a lot of infrastructure already in place, it doesn't hinder them to growth in progress. So they jump into technology, they jump into things really quickly, and a lot of places around the world are actually following suit behind them. But I want to see how it plays out a little bit.
Is this coming from you worried about how they're gonna use the government will be using the technology?
I'm not worried about it. I see how they're using it now. If you look at it, they have it now where they use all the cameras that they have there to track and
They got the
basically go into
most.
people's.
Yeah, that was interesting. The most CCTV.
Yeah. And then also they also have a Muslim population that lives within their country that is basically harassed by the technology. They have it to where they track you, they tag your house. Again, I found that in that AI binge that I was on this whole week, and it's really crazy how they use data sets out there. You figure that data sets and internet would allow you to basically see the world and get out of that red curtain, but it actually feels like it closed in on them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just want to see how it plays out over there.
What is your prediction? Or what are your two thoughts in your head that you think two outcomes?
In my future quest, I get a little bit lost. That if ever I had a chance to ask Mark a question, it would be that how do you navigate within the matrix? Simply because as I try to go forward into the future and see how things will play out, I get lost simply because I see how people play based on their history and also the possibilities that they can take based on the options that they have now. Now, technology I see is basically a scale of what you are as a person. So in China, they're very creative, they're very humble. You look at their culture, they're very spiritual, but then you look at their government, and I'm like, ooh, like it's
As I was reading up on China, I saw where just today they sentenced a female reporter
Mm-hmm.
to 4 years in prison for reporting on COVID.
On COVID, I saw that.
She says
Yeah.
it was a thing. She didn't say anything bad. She didn't say that how they were doing. She just said it's there.
Yep. I saw that.
And people tend to forget history very, very quickly. I mean, it wasn't that too long ago. It was a whole bunch of little kids that got caught up in Tiananmen Square.
No, we forgot.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm starting to be on that rabbit hole down watching those AI videos that YouTube originals did, and there is a lot of alarm, I think, for you to make you just kind of a little concerned of where this technology can lead us. But then I see like the other videos where like somebody who lost their arm can like play music again, or somebody that that had ALS and can now communicate in a way better like than they are. And it's like it just kind of makes you one of the things that's really interesting to me that I think like really hit me was thinking about creating an AI that can like keep elderly people company. And why it stuck with me so much is I remember doing this campaign for like one of my friends that was running for just like a local city council. But one of the things when we stopped in this one little black neighborhood, it was like a older elderly, actually like a lot of elderly people that lived there on the street. And the one thing that I could say was interesting was like the ones that like they lost their husbands or wives a few years ago. Like they just wanted to talk so much because they haven't had nobody to talk to in so long. Like I would just sit down and just like hear these people's stories, but it just like really was like wow, like I can't even imagine being in this house by yourself and like the person you love is gone and it's just you there. And then so when I was seeing it, I was like just thinking about how you can like now keep company. They have people to help them around the house and take care of them. I was like, man, this is gonna be dope. It's gonna actually it's kind of twofold, right? Like in one way, it's gonna make us embrace humanity in so much more, like be more human and be more humane in a lot of different ways. But there is that scare where it could be used for a lot of inhumane ways too.
Yeah, mentor.
So that's always
Yeah,
it's always
I
choice.
definitely got that. I got that vibe. And the one of the things that got me was the leveraging of technology so that you can basically multiply a person's skill. And the one in particular was the one where they talked about how the ophthalmologist in India, there's one for like every, I think they said it's 75,000 people. There's only one ophthalmologist out there, but they leverage AI and the technology so that they could, impact the huge issue that they're having right now with blindness as it relates to diabetes. And I see that as a good thing, but again, that takes initiative. And in China, what I see is that the initiative is basically being blocked by the government. So unless the government gets behind it, it's not going to happen. So that's my concern. But in the future, globally, I definitely see AI being a great thing for everyone. It'll basically help us solve those lower levels of Maslow's principles and only allow us to focus on self-actualization and building a community.
One of the best quotes I heard was like, we had the Industrial Revolution that made us more powerful, stronger in a sense, right? This one is gonna make us go past our limitations of our intellect.
Mhm.
And that when you talk about that, I was just like, whoa, wait, because like knowledge is power at the end of the day. So imagine thinking about you can encompass a whole bunch of wisdom and an AI that can like formulate better ideas or come up with better outcomes and predict better ways of like conflict resolution. It's just so many things I just thought of like that you could just use this technology. And it also made me think, this might sound like really left field, but we're gonna have to really think about a different way of like what we consider being a citizen in society, because this is talking about like a lot of removal of a lot of jobs to me in my experience. I don't care what nobody says.
That's what
I
I
don't
see.
I don't think you can create the amount of jobs that this is gonna replace. And because there's so many different intersections like robotics, AI, blockchain. It's intellectual work and like physical work at the same time. They doing the jobs of humans that we don't want to typically do anyway. So like,
Right.
why don't we find different ways of where people can like, I mean, we could technically live in a world where like it'd be social capital because everything is ran by the sustainable system, you know. There's this dope woman. I was like, oh man, if she implement that system, like just Jessica Matthews, where using kinetic energy to like power up like cities, just kinetic, so everybody moving and you power up cities. I mean, in a sense, that could just be people's tax. Stay moving, stay, it's just different ways we can think of how society can be run, because I don't think by the time like our, kids are grown or whatever like that, I think they're going to really think out the box of what kind of what working will be.
Mhm.
You know,
It's definitely going to change all of that. That's what excites me about it. The more I dig into the AI, the more I love what I see and want to know more, and the genome part of it too.
the
Just
genome,
coming
yeah,
from a medical background, that excites me.
yeah. The genome is, I think, going to be. That's when we start talking about like
Huge.
people living forever.
I've
I
had two
I would
kidney
spend a lot of money on that
transplants.
too.
So I could regenerate a kidney for myself, that type of thing. That would change lives tremendously, because just from my history and seeing all of our people, that's us in the dialysis centers, So just to do something with the diabetes and the kidney failure alone, and then you talk about cancer,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
I think also too, following, well, y'all know how I am about China, following Mike's train of thought. Because if you look at China, just look how China runs their company.
Mhm.
We in America, we think having kids is, whatever we decide. But in China, in order
They
to
tell
control
you.
population, they tell you one
Yep.
chance.
It
So
wasn't
I
cow.
thought it was
very
two. It's
controlling.
one now.
No,
No,
It was
no.
one for the longest. I think now you can have two.
Yeah, but they're very controlling in order to maybe that perfect society that quote unquote humans might be working toward, is a glimpse of it is in China. Now, this is funny, you guys. When I worked in the government, we always had contractors coming through, and a lot of them were from China. And their joke, if they got really relaxed, one of them said one time, their joke is show them something and they can repeat it. Okay. They can
That's
duplicate it,
true.
okay? So all this stuff about
We
stealing
know how that
secrets and
works.
everything, if you don't want China to get it, then don't
You
share
bet.
it with them.
But then they send everything over there for them to make. So it's like, what do you think
Right.
they're doing?
What do you
All the-
expect though?
You want
Like,
them to
Where
make
all
a
the
little part.
bootleg come from?
You just want them to make a little part. They done took your little part and hooked it up with someone else, and they done totally just, totally recreated and stole everything because
They
there's
do
no
it in the
patent
same
on it.
factory. Okay, Nike, we're making the real one here and the fake one.
So I'm with you, Mike, on China. I'm no.
But-
But you can't get around China though. I'm just saying.
But I also see the good and the bad in things. You know what I mean? So, like you said, the bootleg, but technically it's not a bootleg. You can see it as a freelance imagination of it. Because I was
Yeah.
watching another thing on Shenzhen where that it used to be nothing but a rice paddy field, and now it's like the most innovative city in China. And
Yeah.
they, over 20 years, they went to being paddy and rice farmers to being tech producers, to where you can see if you take your idea there, it'll take you half the time to develop it and get it to market than it would if you go anywhere else, because they produce it there. They make everything there from scratch. Now,
They
on
do.
top of that, the workers are all engineers. Their thought process and levels is of sharing of ideas. They have this thing called the Maker Conference, where basically your ideas go there and other people's take, add, put, change, whatever, kick it around a couple times. And by the time you're done with the conference, your idea then elevated 4 or 5 times before you left. And that's how a lot of this innovation happens.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can see the good and the bad, but also I see the future in that, because think about it, an idea is only as good as it is implemented. If you have it in your head, it helps nobody. But if you put it out there and share it with the world, and then let the world kick it around and make it better, stress test it, and then give it back to you in a final product, that's how we get
That's
to
why I
the
like Elon Musk. Elon Musk operates at on that same level. When he talks about there's no patents.
Mhm.
It's like, no, it's all, hey, go for it. Because if you do something, then I'm gonna benefit from it too. So hey, go for it.
You're just gonna make it better and better.
Yeah, which is totally odd from the American way of doing things.
Yeah.
the irony
We
is
know
that
why.
one of the things that just stuck with me from thinking strategically, I gotta read that book again because there was only like a few things that stuck at me. but like that collaboration part about how much further people can be ahead by collaborating just really stuck with me. It's like everybody, it was like at the end of the day, everybody can eat. Like there's no reason why one person can only eat. Like everybody can eat. We can work together and just eat together. So
That's
it was
so
like that was one of the things that just got to me. And I think that's like one of the things I think for just humanity in general. Like even now, I think one of the AI videos was talking about imagine how much further or they're gonna need to like think about working together as China and the US working together. But that would never happen.
No.
no,
Mm-mm.
no.
Oh, that's because
Like I said, you talking socialism now in their mind. No.
It got real shady all of a sudden.
More for the culture too.
Oh,
Being an Asian, like you know what, we want everyone to win. Because over here, when I came here, everyone was like mine, mine, mine. You know that kind of mentality. Because for us, you know, that's just coming from this idea will thrive in the future. Let me put it out there. Then let me have my family or other people, you know, win with me. That's just me, you know, looking at it. That's why China's thriving.
I agree.
yeah, they don't. I don't think they have the intellectual property that
No,
we so
they don't.
covet over here.
You know, I've sent YouTube links for that one, and yeah, you'll just go down with that. I think that's four videos.
No, okay.
You put
Oh,
it
hold
in
up.
here or in the
I don't want to. I
Telegram?
want to make sure we leave. But D is about to present. Are you still down to present, D?
Yeah.
Why you say so low? Why so low?
Wake up! You in California?
Because I'm like the
Not
lady,
very convincing at all.
because I'm like the rest of the ladies. I'm kind of
You sh-
I did my best not too long
This is a
ago.
safe space. Go ahead.
Dude,
Man,
if you wanna wait or you wanna go today, it's up to you.
No, I'll go. I'll
Okay.
go. Yeah. So
Okay.
mine is Silvergate. And the ticker is S as in Sam I. Right now, let's see. So this they're the leading bank in fintech and cryptocurrency, and they were founded in 1987. The CEO, his name is Alan Lane, and he's been in the company for 35 years. And the president, I'm sorry, he hasn't been in, he's been in corporate America in the financial institution for 35 years, but he's been with Silvergate since 2008. So sorry about that. And then the president, his name is Derek Eisel, and he's the co-founder in 1987. This is, they're like the leading provider in digital and cryptocurrency. And they service like Coinbase, Gemini, Genesis, Paxos, Bitstamps, Circle, Binance, and let's see, one of the things that they do is allow digital currency and institutional investors to send dollars 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And they make it easy. Their API driven platform and is personalized service enable you to spend more time building and less time managing the banking relationship. Their market cap is 1.39 billion. A PE ratio is 69.13. Their 52-week high is 78.05. Their 52-week is $7.60.
Wait. You said the what? The low was what?
$7.60.
Oh.
And And I must say, I got into this at $16, 250 shares, and stupid me sold it in September right away. And I could have been banking. So that's what made me go back.
Don't sound so sad. It's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my breakdown of the company.
Okay, okay. So what out of the primary features that you was talking about you feel is what gives them their edge?
Well, definitely the digital, and then making it easy for banking. I feel like that's like, we're in this digital space right now, as well as crypto. Crypto is huge, so
I'm sorry. How do they make their money?
it's actually they're also a bank, Silvergate Bank. I'm sure you've heard of that in La Jolla, California, and they make their money through this digital. They're they lead in fintech right now in cryptocurrency.
Oh no, I was in Compton. They didn't have that bank.
Yeah. But they have all these like huge platform uses them, Coinbase and Binance and all those. It's through Silvergate.
So they service those platforms, so they're using their API to be able to.
Yeah, their API.
Okay, so they make the money from there as well. Then.
It's a platform that they use. Yeah.
Okay. So that sounds like almost something. I wonder how many people who are servicing that exchange of crypto are probably using it. But most likely, Coinbase and Binance is using it. I would assume mostly everybody else is probably using it as well.
Yeah, Circle is using it. Paxos is using it. Genesis, Gemini, Bitstamp.
Yeah, sounds like basically they got a monopoly as far as with the crypto. So that's a huge lead right there.
But why is their PE? Why is their PE so high?
I don't know.
I
tell you, I don't know how to break that down well.
I think it's because Bitcoin is running up right now.
Yeah, what?
I think it's just because of the whole Bitcoin speculation, FOMO. Right now, 33,000 a Bitcoin. I mean, that's the only way I see how the company Silvergate has grown so far. I mean,
it's growing really fast within the last month.
And I'm scared because when that money drops, what's going to translate into that stock price? It's going to drop as well because that's their sole bread and butter. Basically, speculation on the whole cryptocurrency. Yes, crypto is here.
They do mortgage too. It's a bank, so they do mortgage as well.
Okay.
She said, "Hold on now, don't like put some respect on them. They got more than just crypto. They got more than just crypto."
Oh, okay, all right. That's it.
Okay.
It looks like it was the first bank that jumped on crypto when it first IPO'd. So good find.
Yeah, because I remember seeing this company before and reading about it.
I didn't hear the ticker. I'm sorry.
It's SI.
S as in Sam, I as in igloo. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
I found the article.
Oh, by the way, there's no option in this. That's that's why I've been stuck in it. And it's just been riding up, but no options. I heard somebody say, sorry to disappoint you. That's something.
Oh no, this is me just saying like,
Okay.
Yeah, Renzo seemed excited when you called it out, so I figured he.
Because they're the first bank. Yeah, everyone said already. Yeah, that's why I'm excited. Yeah, but the price to earnings doesn't support it. So yeah, that's that.
Right.
So that
I
means
just like your different backgrounds.
first was the Matrix and like
Right.
what was the other one just not actually? It wasn't even this.
No, my eyes is hurting already. I've been in the computer since like 5 a.m. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm working. So
anybody has any other questions for Dee? Like any potential headwinds that they are seeing from what she said?
Well, if you're gonna go back in it, when you plan to get back in it?
No, no, the kind of questions.
You know,
No,
when it was
why
running-
you ask?
That's a
This is
cousin
what's so
question right
crazy.
there.
This is what's so crazy. I had money sitting on the side because I had transferred and I've been seeing it running up $35. And then all of a sudden when it was at $60, that's when I was sitting there thinking maybe I should get in. But then I was waiting for it to drop. But you know, it's just running up. And I think like what someone says, you know, with this crypto, I think that's a part of it too. That's what's influencing.
Yeah.
By the way, you know, it's a strong buy. You know, that's rating is a strong buy.
Mm. Mm.
That's the only thing that scares me about this too, is like when the stocks follow Bitcoin, because I'm just like, wait, how's this gonna? So if Bitcoin pull back, are you gonna do? Like, because that's what happened before too, where like even like Riot got to like $200 or $300 something dollars, and it dropped to like damn near almost a penny stock.
Oh,
So
Which
Oh,
one is that one?
Mm.
Riot, yeah.
Coming.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
are
back in
coming.
like 2017. I know that because I was the person that bought it when it was high like that, and I saw it drop. It was like, oh no, I'm not selling this until they get back up there. But I sold it before that. But
So
Yeah.
they back under the radar.
they finally got over. I think they're like $16 now, just recently.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they want to be the most cooling efficient mining tech platform out there, because they just bought like some extra cooling fans and everything, so they want to be the best. They want to be the cooling and have like the best efficiency with that, so they don't contribute to climate change. So they want to have like it all figured out. Okay, I thought that was pretty good. I got some questions then for everybody that presented. So just for the people that presented, so that's Patricia, Renita, Karen. Okay, so Patricia, your pick was PayPal. D, your pick was
SI.
SI. So between the both of y'all, which one y'all picking?
I know, that's all. I kind of wanted to go after kind of wanted to go after Pat because we're in a similar space. I'm going with SI.
Not PayPal?
No, not PayPal. Only because, like I said, I have a bias because I screwed up. 250 shares, you guys. 250. That was so dumb. So yeah.
Price to sell.
They're
Price
not a-
PayPal price to sell is 13.
Yeah.
It's 13.
When
Did you get any profits at all?
Yeah, I sold it, I think, when it went up to like $18. I sold it because I wanted to get out so I can start buying. It was soon after I met the come up. So,
It looks like you're trying to get some of that money back that you left off the table.
Right.
Yeah, I have buyer's remorse because I could have been scoring right now. So yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
They call that revenge.
Trading. That's called revenge trading. Yes.
Yeah, revenge trading. Yeah.
That is not a strategy that I authorize.
It's
at all.
like FOMO.
Yes, that is FOMO. That's just a different form. That's definitely a form of FOMO. So Pat, what do you pick between PayPal and Silvergate?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not getting either one.
No,
But if
which one would you pick? I want you to pick between the two.
Oh, PayPal. I have to choose PayPal. The numbers, the fundamentals are there.
Okay.
I go with fundamentals. Yeah.
Okay. Karen and Renita, y'all both had Chinese companies. Look how this worked out.
So we don't have that part to debate.
Right.
So who would you pick? So actually, no, Renita go first. Who would you pick between PDD and Baidu?
I think Baidu, simply because, well, I didn't really research the other one, so I can't pick it. But I do see potential. I see potential growth in
But we're just going
Baidu.
off of what you heard Karen say. You're just going off of that and what you know. Let's compare the two.
Yeah, I
So-
still would go with Baidu. And I'm simply looking at, it's just interesting that this is a internet company, but I guess it's no different than Apple potentially making a car or doing whatever with the car. But this internet company potentially moving into the EV.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, it's like the Google Waymo. Think
Mhm.
about it like that from that perspective too. Okay. Karen?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with PDD.
Stick with PDD.
I think their innovation right now, I like what they're doing, and they are the most innovative in their arena, I think. Even though they're not the largest, they have the growth potential. So I see that as my reason to stick with them. And they can actually go into other countries outside of China and evolve. And then the social aspect of what they're doing, the millennials and the Gen Z, these are really into the social, and they're also into what do you call it, the agricultural part, how they're showing how more sustainable with food, because food touches everybody, you know. So that one thing is really pushing me for that. We're gonna all have to eat.
Okay. So everybody else, who do y'all pick from between D and Pat's pick?
I don't know nothing about crypto, so I'm going with Pat.
No,
Oh, you
not
said everybody else.
everybody else. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
asking them. I'm asking Arnetta, Mike.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rock with PayPal.
I would say PayPal as well. That's what I was thinking when you had asked her the question. I was thinking PayPal.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So it seems like everybody's with the PayPal. All right. So between Baidu and PDD, who is everybody going between for that one? This is going to be an interesting one.
I do for me
Baidu.
Yeah.
Baidu. Okay.
more integrated with other systems and in other industry in China. That's why PDD. I don't know. They might Chinese government might pull the plug and they're over. They're done already.
Yeah, it won't take much.
Mhm.
Okay. Mike.
I don't know, man. I can't call it. It's like, it's like you telling me to pick two good racers that are racing in mud. I don't know how they get mud. Well, if I had to pick between financials and Internet of Things, like a search engine, I would have to go with the search engine simply because of the data collection part of it. Financials, I don't know. Finance is kind of tricky right now. I don't know.
Well, I do think PDD just had their only first profitable quarter, just the last one, I think. I believe.
Yeah.
And that's what made them go on that big run just recently. So, yeah, that's what that one. Okay, so sounds like Baidu was the winner. So who are y'all picking between PayPal and Baidu?
Interesting.
You said what, Renzo?
That's interesting. Because the other one is more. They're both data driven, but the other one is more involved in crypto. The other one is more on data. I can't pick right now.
Pat, are you still sticking with PayPal?
PayPal and Baidu?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna go China. I want to make sure, I want to know where my money going. Here's the thing. Until they open up their books, I'm kind of I want them to open up their books and records.
Mhm.
That's true.
I don't know, Miss Pat. I don't know why, but every time you say something like that, I see you like coming into an office, slamming down your book. Let me see your books.
And now I spend all day on the spreadsheet. Okay,
Mm.
love it.
Yeah,
Renita?
I'm gonna have to stick with PayPal.
So Renita, would you switch from Baidu to PayPal, or are you sticking with Baidu still?
That's a hard one. I don't know. I can't just say I would automatically go with PayPal because I do see growth potential with Baidu, and they could have as you led me towards looking at the market cap, comparing the market cap between Google and Baidu. Baidu can have a great run up. And they really don't have any competition in China as far as the internet is concerned. So I might stick with Baidu.
I'm so glad to hear you say that. I'm so glad to hear you stick to your own conviction.
Yeah.
Everybody else is basically saying PayPal, and you're still like, I'm still gonna stick with Baidu.
It's good though.
I said I'll
good.
stick with PayPal if Baidu was tied to the Chinese government.
If what? I didn't hear you.
I really like what they're doing with AI, and I like how they're doing all the data collection. But the fact that they're ball and chain with the Chinese government is like hard for me to. I don't know.
What you pick, Taya?
Me?
Hey,
All of them.
Between all of them, PayPal, SI, Baidu, PDD. I'm actually gonna go with PDD.
Yay.
That's been my baby for a while now. So that's same way I'm connected to my trade. That would be who I'm gonna go with. I think what they're doing is kind of I think the social commerce is kind of gonna take on a storm. I think it's gonna be kind of like I think they're gonna keep building upon that, and it might really transform how everything is going. I wouldn't be surprised if they start using their social commerce as far as like involving with like other stream, like maybe live streaming, game streaming. I see major potential with the way they're growing. Their growth was just too crazy to ignore for me. 4 years catch up to Alibaba and JD, the agricultural farming. I think it's gonna be something to. I think they're gonna show out, but that's like more like my underdog, like Hail Mary surprise. Like I feel like they are going to show out, and I feel like if they do show out, then I want to be there, a part of that. I don't want to miss it.
but Tayo, do you think any catalyst recently that the problem with Alibaba with this antitrust litigation from Chinese government? Do you think that'll be a good catalyst for PDD to push, or take over that?
I think everything with Alibaba is gonna help them even more too.
Okay.
That was my thought, yeah. That's gonna push them. That's a catalyst for PDD.
Okay.
Alibaba strong arming everybody over there. Like
I mean, I don't know. Now the government basically like picking them up by their hand, like little, and like shaking them all out. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I feel bad for Jack Ma. I'm like, damn, he ain't even really do anything.
You go another platform, you getting kicked off. So, no competition. They got 55% of the market, and it's like the other merchants aren't gonna grow unless they do something.
Yep.
All right. So I mean, did everybody get a good amount? Okay, I see D got off. But did everybody get a good amount of value out of this? I hope this like helped. And I hope Renita, you did good. Like I don't know why you was all nervous. Like you did.
Yeah, everyone did amazing.
So I just really like the way that y'all presented. I feel like y'all very confident in y'all picks too, and y'all like y'all stood by it. So I really like that, the conviction. Y'all picked some really good plays. So
And I like the showdown at the end. You know, trying to see who's gonna go on top.
yeah, that's what I was just picking that up from like Mark thing, like when he be like, Apple,
Yeah, that was quite
Apple like
interesting.
Amazon.
I didn't expect that. I'm competitive too, so.
Well, so I'm trying. Well, so Erica can still go, Mike can still go, Ardetta can still go, Renzo next time, Shimon, Edward. So when would it be the next time y'all want to have this again? Do y'all want to do this a week from today, or do y'all want to do this during the week or Sunday next week? What do y'all thinking?
Whenever book club's not going on, because you know Vanessa already said you got to be there the next one.
That's on Wednesday?
Book club is on Wednesday, and
I can't read the book club to the next time.
I don't know how I knew that.
This is an invite. Facebook. Let me see. Well, I know we got something planned for y'all, the cousins on the 9th, right, Vanessa?
Yeah. Yep. I gotta put up a post, but yeah, the 9th. That's next Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is next Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
So I could just do it like where I just give everybody just hella time and we just do this the 16th. People want to do that?
So it's just the remaining people who are doing it?
Still a few more people in the group, but I don't know if they could just tune in. I don't want to.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying, we don't have to do another one yet, right?
No, y'all don't have to do another one. No. Everybody that presented today don't have to do another one.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. We could do the 16th. So
Good time.
the
In the
16th.
evening, same time?
And just so more people can get it through, like y'all don't have to give. I mean, unless y'all think the histories are gonna be like very critical, but like I more so want people to see the edge, their moat, and get like what catalyst is like. Give me more so the catalyst is like what's gonna push these companies to be the best.
Kyle, can I say something?
Yeah.
So I kind of struggle with that. Like I struggle with understanding certain terminology when you are searching certain things. Like I understand what we have to look for, you know, based on the formula that was given to us. But I sometimes struggle with finding a catalyst. If you will allow me, let me show you if I could take like maybe
Yeah.
1 minute of everybody's time and just show you what I'm talking about for a second. I don't know.
I struggled with that also.
Me too.
Especially how can I convince you that this is a good buy?
Yeah.
That was hard.
The
Yeah.
part that got it for me was when I went to the their site
Mhm.
and
So this one looks like it's your pick is Target.
Yeah, like I kind of just wanted to, because somebody had already challenged me previously. They said to me, just pick out a company that you like and go from
Okay.
there, because I struggle for trying to do like the research and things of that nature. So someone said to me, you know, just pick a company that you like and do the work on it. Like just kind of look at certain things. So I did try to do it, but I struggle with being able to speak to a lot of it, like understanding like what is a good PE ratio hypothetically. And then being
Don't play on the PE ratio that much. I more so would say for this, like, don't worry about the ratios that much. Worry see if you're seeing like a growth in their cash flow. Is there growth in the the revenue? Is there growth in the revenue? Is there growth in the profit and net income? Like just if you're seeing growth in that, if they're reducing debt as well, the debt equity ratio is decreasing.
Yo. Oh, I'm now on mute.
I thought you would say so. Just worry about that as at least for now. What I more so is this other stuff that I'm seeing on the right page. And I see here it's funny because I was like gonna see if you had it in here when I saw Target. Because TBD, as she was talking about it, the ladies on there, Kels and Lala, they're funny. You should watch them out. I always tune in. But the Ultra Beauty thing, I think that's gonna be a big thing for
That's gonna be
Target.
huge, I think. And I
Um,
think that's why they're selling this Dermastore portion. And then because they got Ulta, so like it's in the store they call it. And that's gonna be phenomenal because us women who usually like when we go to Ulta, we got to go out of the way to get, Ulta products. You got to go to an Ulta store, but they're going to bring that into about 100 of their stores by like mid 2021. They're going to bring like a store within a store. So I think that's going to be like pretty dope for them. And then if you're not able to get the certain, like say Ulta product within the actual store, then you can actually order online through Target as well.
nice.
So I have a quick question.
Uh-oh, Vanessa.
Uh-oh. No. My question is my question is about what your question is, because it sounds like you do know. I'm listening to you tell us on this, and I'm like, I thought she said she was confused. You don't seem very confused.
Well, thank you for
You see, I just let her keep
Got
going.
a whole report right there.
I was actually gonna ask her another question, but and I just wanted to see if she was. I was gonna say like, oh, okay, that's nice. Like that's the Ulta Beauty. Like, do you see anything else that's like even like dope that they're doing?
Yeah, I also thought it was dope that they partner with Levi and Strauss. So that partnership is going to be in about 500 stores. I don't know if it currently is now, but it looks like I didn't remember when I was looking at it, and I'm kind of trying to look now. But like when I was trying to do the research on it, I didn't remember if it was if it had already happened or if it was happening. So like if they were getting into an agreement with them to bring it into 500 stores, because they have a huge like clothing. I don't want to say clothing line, but like clothing line, so to speak. But part of what
people be shopping at Target. I don't.
Yes, like I'll ask some girls at work. I'll be like, "Oh, that sweater's cute" or whatever, and they be like, "Yeah, I got it at Target." Like, really, girl? Okay.
That's my daughter's favorite store. Yeah.
Yeah, they have really cute stuff.
I used to shop at Target until I did the 70-30. So Target is bae. Target is bae.
Yeah, people moving away.
Yeah, I like this. And you was, I mean, you was kind of, girl, you basically just did a presentation right now.
Right.
Yeah. With COVID, they do the drive up and they bring you your stuff to your car. You order it online or the app.
They do, excuse me. And they spoke to that as well. Like in some of the research I did, they spoke to that, and they're just kind of ramping that up even some more. But to kind of go back to your question, Vanessa, I hesitate because I can't speak to a lot of this, like some of this stuff here.
You just spoke though.
But you're speaking to it. So I think, and not to cut you off, but I am cutting you off. I'm sorry. I hate when people say that, not to cut you off, and then they keep talking. So I'm going to acknowledge that I am rudely cutting you off, and I am apologizing. But you are speaking to it, and I would just say anything that you don't feel confident speaking to, just do more research. Yep. The more research you do, the more you understand, the more confident you'll be. And I would just say, based on what I'm seeing here on the screen, the only thing that I would do to make yourself even more dangerous would be to look at the flip side of everything that you did. So look at the money that's involved in the Levi deal. Look at the money that's involved in the Ulta deal. Are there any weaknesses there? Are there any vulnerabilities for Target in those deals? From a financial standpoint, I would look into that, and I would just kind of maybe pick apart anything that somebody would say negative about those deals, just so that you already have that in your back pocket and you can speak to it if necessary. But I think you did a phenomenal job. You're definitely on the right track.
Yep. And just a little, I'll give you even like a little tip, like the Ulta Beauty. If you came across this, you might have came across maybe some information about Kohl's and Sephora. So Sephora plans on opening shops in all Kohl's as well. And the
Wow.
thing is that Sephora will just be using their own people though.
Oh.
So Ulta Beauty is what they plan on doing with Target. Target is planning on just training people to be Ulta Beauty specialists, which kind of takes away because, I mean, compared to like, do you want somebody who is actively, I'm a Sephora person that's like, I know this product that well, like I know this product well. I've been doing this product for years versus somebody that's like at Target that was maybe in electronics and it was like, oh, okay, I'll take some more shifts and start learning about
Right.
what to do.
Why did they-
Like, yeah, don't laugh like I'm not. We're just saying. So those are just some things you could think about when somebody might try to come back and say like, what do you think about this? And I think also I believe, well, no, I think Target is closer to more stores than Kohl's was. Yeah, I would. Well, actually, no, I think I'm not sure. I would look that up too. Though one of them was closer to a lot more stores. I mean,
Probably Target.
a lot more people. I meant.
Probably Target.
Yeah.
That's what
They
I'm
do
thinking too. But I
groceries in
want to say
there.
I was actually surprised by the data, and that's why I kind of feel like it was Kohl's. I think I was like really, but I could be wrong.
Oh, between Target and Kohl's?
Yeah, between Target and Kohl's, like which one has? Because like that's the thing. Target is having Ulta, and then Sephora will be with Kohl's. So which one I was trying to think like which one would people have more access to, the average citizen, as far as like distance. The other thing too is I think Kohl's is like automatically going to start out with like a lot more of their stores than Ulta Beauty was. So I think, like you said, Ulta was only doing like 100, while Kohl's was gonna have like way more already in there. So the one thing I seen since I've been interested is like I wonder who will partner up with a social media platform. Because ever since this interview with us with Gary Vee, he was like, and that's why I am kind of like I'm Pinduoduo, is because he was talking about the social commerce. He was like, he was like, I don't understand why nobody hasn't done it yet. Like, I don't understand like Walmart, you got Walmart to TikTok, that's gonna be a big deal. They already got the physical stores, they already got the online presence. Bam. Like imagine you somebody's on TikTok and they're doing this thing for someone at Walmart and they can automatically buy it from there. Or if you're already in the store at Walmart, you could just buy it on your phone from like looking at a TikTok video and just get it out. So like that to me was like, oh man, that's making a lot of sense. Like you already got the physical store, so like why not create that online presence now? Like Target can buy like Pinterest and Etsy. You just create a whole super platform, right? So like now they got the local retailers, they can hook up with local retailers on Etsy and start putting them in some of their stores and that they have laid out, as well as now they have that social media presence from the Pinterest. So it's just, to me, I was just thinking like, oh, this is going to be a dope idea, whoever thinks of doing this first. So, or like Facebook buying Target. I don't know, somebody doing something like this though. But no, I really did, y'all taught me some stuff that I'm like, oh, okay. Like I'm glad that that everybody got a little value out of this today. So we'll do this in 2 weeks actually, then we'll do this on the 16th.
Well, question.
Did you have more questions, Arnetta?
I just really was a little confused as to why when I looked up their competitors, Walmart wasn't one of their competitors.
Oh, they just mess up sometimes. You have to like, that's why the more you know, you will start knowing yourself, so you'll be able to input that information yourself. But yeah, they mess up sometimes. I've seen some like really crazy comparisons sometimes. I'm like,
Okay.
they're the same industry, but they do completely different services. So you just want
They
to.
didn't have Baba as a competitor for PDD on. So that shocks
I don't
me.
know why that was. I don't know that, but
They had AutoZone. I don't know. It's like
Well,
yeah.
I
car
had a
parts.
question for Arnetta. The form that you were using, the questions that you were addressing, did you do that yourself?
No, ma'am. I'm
Oh.
not intelligent. Don't give me
Don't
that.
you say that?
No, you did good. Don't downplay yourself. You was doing
You're
good.
Thank
Is
you.
it proprietary?
It was
In the group.
I think it was in Facebook, our Facebook group. Like the
Oh,
Patricia just want to know, can you share it? That's what she wants to know. Can you
Oh, and
share it?
It's in
Send this from
it's
Ian.
in the media. No, the link. it's in the links. One that I think Pantera
Uh-huh.
posted,
Yeah,
but it's in the links.
Oh, okay. And just to address Renzo, that one was better than the one I got.
I don't know.
Wow.
Thank
Okay.
you
It
for your
was
time.
good. It was good.
This is fun. A lot. I enjoyed this. Learned a lot from y'all. Glad. Thank y'all for teaching me.
Great job.
I thank all of you guys. I guess we didn't have to be as nervous.
I
Oh,
know.
now see.
Wow, I'm looking forward to Erica.
Was the worst, I guess. I was like, oh God.
I think sometimes just thinking about doing the research is harder than actually doing the research. You guys make it out to be way more difficult in your heads than it actually is. And y'all actually know a lot more than you think you do.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I don't know nothing. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Right, stop it.
He needs to cut it out.
Big time.
I mean, you think about you being new and you don't have as much knowledge, and then you're surrounded by such gurus.
I would
Because
never-
you guys, you know your stuff. So to present this stuff to you, it's a little intimidating, but
I was
it
thinking-
gets easier.
I was thinking about those sector Sundays. That was my.
Oh my God,
kind of
yes.
Yeah. And then when he called out mine, I'm like, oh, he already researched it.
There probably isn't a company that Tayo hasn't researched.
Thanks for telling me, because I'm like, he gonna eat this up. I don't know what I don't.
Don't sleep on Tayo. Y'all probably already know, but Tayo is like low key probably one of the smartest people in the company. Like for real, for real.
Oh, we already know that.
Y'all messed around
I
and got
mean, it speaks for itself.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I started.
Doesn't let
people are
on,
sorry
but we
about my
can tell.
answer for putting y'all with Tayo. If y'all want to thank me,
Mhm.
putting you with Tayo as your mentor, feel free to do that.
Thank- But,
Thanks
no,
for adopting me because I was supposed to be a mentee for you, but thanks.
we're glad to have you join us,
A
Eric.
couple of us snuck in here too, don't worry.
I don't remember paying all these people over here.
I don't know how I got here, but I appreciate it.
Snuck in the back door.
Actually, I told Tayo, can you
I
mention?
think Renzo asked for it.
Yep.
He dropped the link. I was like, click.
Yeah.
So I'm in here now. You can't keep me out.
You can't get rid of us now.
Thank you,
I
Renzo.
did not join you with these many people. How did this happen?
And yeah, this started at 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you got like 3.
I entered the room. I'm the one who told you if you can mentor me. I entered the room. It's like 8 people already inside.
When he said it, I was like, oh, cool. He dropped the link.
But then I also see people are vying for Renzo and Mike to mentor them. So I'm
Yeah,
like, I see that.
So they're going to be
I just want everyone to know that I am taking bribes. So when it's time to start pairing people up, I am taking bribes.
Oh wait,
Okay.
did Mike and Renzo apply to be mentors?
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
I got armed into it. So I did. Actually, I did.
All right. Good.
Great.
Renz was voluntold to be a mentor.
Oh,
Voluntold. I just realized.
I always voluntold. Yeah.
So that's
we
when your
can look
work
in the
speaks for
cookout and
itself.
tell who his mentor abilities are. He's always posting.
Oh
Mike
yeah, Renzo
and
was.
Renzo. So yeah.
Mike volunteered on his own, but Renzo was voluntold.
No,
They're both gonna be
Renzo posts articles and facts. I put GIFs and emojis. That's what I do.
No, you
Fool
put
anybody,
stuff too.
Mike.
Well, Mike's my accountability partner, him and Mona. So don't go way too fast.
That I can do. That I can do.
Okay.
I gotta make sure you stick to the script.
I'm sticking.
Nah, I really like this is good. I think Yeah, I think like so the next few weeks I want everybody just to research some more companies. There's no companies are off the limit. Like you can research them 31 picks, everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
I'm
my
just gonna
31.
ask a lot more harder questions. That's all that's gonna be. Then. Not like that, but just to make
You're
y'all
gonna
feel
get sick by in the next 2 weeks.
you can still be able to talk though. So
Gotta go get a puppy.
uh, I just wanted y'all to get more conviction in y'all trades. When y'all because to see how like I was so happy that Renita was just like I'm still sticking with mine. Like she just was so convicted in her trade from everything she researched. So like there was not much you could say, and that's what you get from like the more research you get. There's not much that people can like once you're at that point. Not many people can throw you off your game, you know. And if somebody can throw you off your game, then that's good too, because that means they're saving you from picking like maybe the weaker link.
Right.
So if I could just add just a little bit of a sprinkle
Yeah,
something extra on top of that, I would say had the opportunity to be around some really phenomenal investors and traders over this past week. And we did go through some exercises where we had to pitch companies. And I will say that if you also think about the story behind your company, and when you're and add that into your pitch, and when you do it, it's okay to like use emotion, and you guys may have done that. To be fair, like I missed the first part of this. I had my accountability team meeting that started at 6, so I missed some of this. But it's okay to use like emotion when you're pitching these companies, and actually really try to speak to your audience so that they feel what you're saying. Because a lot of times if they get caught up in just really feeling what you're saying and buying into why you love the company so much, it'll just throw them completely off their game. They won't even really be thinking about what they don't like, because they'll just be so caught up in why you love it.
Every at the end of the day, like,
Really
so
sell
what
that.
price should we buy in at?
Right. What's the strike? So that's just a little something that I would add, since Tayo said he's turning up the heat on y'all for the next time around. Maybe think about incorporating.
I just thought about it's really unfair to prevent the 31 picks from y'all, but that was like because it was like gonna be like in a week or so. But now that it's like gonna be longer, I might as well give it to y'all because a lot of the great companies are in the 31 picks. It's really unfair to be like y'all can't.
And that's what my issue. I'm like, if I look at all the top ones, that's them for each sector. So
But that speaks highly to what Mark provided us, because if we are looking for something and every time we keep looking out there, we keep stumbling across a pick, that should tell you how well we've been taken care of.
It did tell me that. That's why I'm not straying from those. That's exactly what it told me. I'm like, okay, this is everything I need right in the 31. Because as I was looking, it always led me back to the 31 flavors. So.
Yep. Very well talk. If you went for a play, you're playing a very speculative play that's not in the 31 picks that you're assuming is going to do very, very well. But it's like a very undercover, on its way growing up company that you're probably looking at if you're picking up a company that's not in the 31 picks at this point.
Yeah, I ain't trying to be speculative right now.
Because outside of those companies, I'm even thinking about like companies that I like that I think that are very under the radar, but like very, very, very risky. Is like Nano Dimensions. I think they're doing something incredible as far as the 3D. And then these 3D printer people in Israel, I don't know what it is, what they got going on out there, but they are like all these companies out there in Israel are just really kind of being innovative. But they're doing really, and what they're doing with like the printing the electrical components and like so many different shapes and sizes, that's gonna be game changer.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking at, and I think they really might start seeing the benefits of all their research and everything starting this year, towards the end, maybe probably over the middle, but I think they'll really start seeing it. So that's a company that I think and then like some AI companies that I like too are like Nuance Communications, Live Person, Medallia, uh, then like some other cybersecurity companies too that I think are kind of like, oh well, actually another company. So I mean, cybersecurity is like Okta.
Oxford,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, TA.
yeah. So OKTA or whatever. They wait, are they the 30? Are they the 31 Bigs?
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's another company.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised too. Is CrowdStrike in there?
Oh,
No.
But
But it
Zscaler,
used to be.
Zscaler.
Zscaler.
is on there.
Didn't it used to be though?
No.
CrowdStrike was never on there. Was
I don't think so.
Twilio on there before?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
There's definitely some good picks that aren't on the list yet. I mean,
I mean, yeah, but I guess I'd be just assuming. I'd be like, I guess I'd be assuming they already been on the come up though in some.
at some point, yeah.
He's mentioned them before.
Yeah, so like CrowdStrike is definitely one of them. Twilio is another one of one.
What do you think?
Yeah, I thought Patricia was gonna do CrowdStrike.
I got all the way down to the competitors and I saw PNW, ZS.
I looked at it. I was
I'm
like,
not
oh,
ready for
Patricia's gonna do that. I ain't gonna mess with it.
No, I said I ain't ready for. I'm not ready to combat
Yeah.
against those. And plus, I know Renzo and Teo would have been all up in CrowdStrike. I'm like, that's all right.
Okay.
But I do like CrowdStrike's the model that they have, the endpoint. That I think that is like wow. But I don't understand it totally. But just from a high level,
Yeah.
they're doing is great.
Oh, Net Cloudflare was also something I was really considering. Should this be a winner or not? Cloudflare Net. NET.
Oh, Cloudflare.
Yeah, Net.
Taya, are you looking into genomics at all? Do you like CRISPR?
Yes.
Oh yes.
The only thing about the genomics was that when she said the ARC-G whatever on there, I got annoyed because I'm like, I mean forget Kathy was like almost like a celebrity now. She almost has like Elon Poole.
She has a cult following.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, this doesn't help because I really was expecting to start seeing the benefits from the genomes like towards the beginning of 22, honestly. So I just feel like she just sprung us forward, and now I'm like,
But you know, the people that don't really understand the play, they'll get annoyed and they'll sell when they're not seeing the money right away. So the smart people will get in position now, like you, how you're already looking at it, they'll get in position and they'll just wait. But the people that just got into it because Kathy said it, when they're not seeing those returns, they're gonna get out anyway. So you'll be fine.
Yeah, last week was a good time.
I looked at like a few, like one company that I was just really like, oh, this is really interesting was the one that it monitors your poop for cancer. So it's actually like lower on there. It's called Exact Science Corp. XS. Symbol. But it's like they reduce the cost of like because like I think if you go for like a colonoscopy and you get it, I think it's like thousands of dollars, but to do it through them, it's like it's under $100. So it's
Wow.
like reduces the cost tremendously, and they're getting way better with it. At least also they are also improving their results. So I was thinking that would be very helpful in the preventive medicine, just like a lot of, I mean, the help that a lot of people can get as far as like making sure that they don't have no concerns with cancer. I just thought like that would be tremendously helpful for people. That's more so emotional for me though. Like I'm just thinking about so many people I just know that know people that passed from cancer and how it just wasn't early detected because they just never, the cost for just even checking it cost so much. So that's to me I just thought was like going to be very helpful. Teladoc is definitely a company that's like that's an automatic. I think they're gonna definitely win. I think they're gonna win more in the future too, though. I don't know if we'll start seeing the wins now. I think the wins are gonna be like 2023, late 22 maybe possibly. because I think for them to adjust you know what the company I'm trying to say though. Well, if y'all don't know what I'm trying to say, it's the ticket symbol was it used to be LVGO, but they got acquired by Teladoc, and they use like AI to monitor your body systems and biometrics. So, saw this really cool like TV show back in the day called a Continuum, where like everybody had this like little wristband and it monitored people's body, um, like biometrics, it monitored like their mental health. So they all had like their own personal AI, personal psychologist, and also like, and it will tell you like if something's wrong with your body too, like your blood pressure is rising.
Isn't Apple trying to do something like that?
So that's why I do think everybody's trying to get to that point too as well. But
Yeah.
Teladoc and like Livongo made sense to me in that sense, like they're already connected to like network of like doctors and hospitals and everything too. So they go automatically link everybody together on your biometrics. They already can like monitor your vital signs and everything. Or if your doctor can get a notice like, oh, your patient so and so and so and so has increased in sugar levels or something like that.
Right.
Automatically prescribe stuff for you or something. So I just thought like that would be amazing. Personally, like really getting to that point, I think health. I honestly think health might be is going to be the biggest thing ever.
I hope
It's
so.
going to be the biggest thing I think that people will spend money on. When people start seeing like the benefits of this and they start realizing like, wait, can I buy to be able to live longer?
Right.
There's no amount of capital that will stop somebody from not spending money on that.
Exactly.
That is going to get to some like ultra carbon. Huh?
I said that's a fact. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I thought about it. I was like, shit, if I get to these billions soon enough, I might start putting some money on the genome. I mean, shoot, them episodes like Black Mirror will be resonating with me, like thinking about like being able to live in the afterlife, in a digital afterlife. I really thought about it. I was like, if that's possible, I don't know if I would say no to not trying it. I mean, I can't really try it, but I mean, if they said they could do that, I mean, would you? If somebody came to you, you're old, elderly on a deathbed, like 90, 100 years old, and somebody says we could upload your conscious to a digital world, I might really would say yeah. I would say yeah. Quick. And the fact that we're making these strides now in like technology, I get excited about this. Like I really get excited.
It's exciting to think about.
Yeah.
With all
The
of
other companies, I didn't look too much into all of them. Me and Kevin actually talked about Arcturus, Arc before. CRISPR, I mean, I kind of just even know about CRISPR just from all the talks and general discussions that we had.
Thermo Fisher for DNA sequencing.
Oh yeah, Thermo Fisher, yeah, that's another one.
Stryker and robotics, because they have this robotic arm for
Stryker is definitely. I don't feel like I hear a lot of people talk about Stryker for some reason.
Stryker is they cornered that market in regards to the robotics aspect of the surgery and also like the hip replacements, all those things.
Yeah.
Cornered the market. They're the only one who have that kind of products that they can just push in the market. Yes.
When I started looking into the genome stuff and all the healthcare